you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Good morning. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Great Saturday morning for you. A little thunder this morning, but hey, what about the thunder from down under? This hour of Hire It Done is brought to you in part by Rapid Dry. Get 10% off or get a free upgrade to closed cell foam installation on your crawl space encapsulation project. Click on HireItDone.com for details. Also, we have a great deal on Hire It Done. Our sponsor, Infusion Kitchen and Bath. Visit HireItDone.com. Grab the coupon. This is an awesome coupon. If you're thinking of remodeling, folks, your bathroom, your kitchen, any kind of information like that, there's a coupon for 40% off your first item and then 25% off the rest of your order. So welcome to the weekend. If you're tuning in for the first time, of course you know what this show is. It's called Hire It Done. I'm a home improvement expert. My name's Adam Helfman, and I'm here to teach you how to fix, repair, or remodel everything within the four corners of your lot. And I just want to let you know, folks, it's not a do-it-yourself show, but I'm not anti-do-it-yourself, right? I just want to teach you how to hire contractors so that when it comes time to renovating your home, it's hassle-free. No one wants to get ripped off. Nobody wants a bad home improvement project. So let me just say this. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. HireItDone.com is the website that teaches you, the homeowner, how to get a hassle-free home improvement. That's the key, right? And a lot of people want to know, hey, Adam, tell me about your experience. Well, my experience is priceless, right? I'm a fourth-generation contractor. My great-grandfather started our family business in 1926. And we did home improvement. We came from the lumber business. My family owned 2 lumber yards in Metro Detroit. One on Fort Street in Miller, the other one on Gratiot in Nymau. And then we became contractors from there. And renovations, room additions, kitchens, bath, dormers, famous for dormers. And I personally have remodeled or built over 10,000 homes. I know I look a lot younger than I am, but hey, it's okay. I got a lot of experience. But the key here is for me to share my knowledge. I want to share my information. I want to share with you information on hiring contractors. I mean, we do a little bit of do-it-yourself. Like I'll teach you. Here's a good analogy. For those of you who like to do it yourselves, have at it. You see, folks, because from the neck down, I'm worth minimum wage, right? From the chin up, I'm worth, it's priceless. That's the key. But I want to share my knowledge with you so that you have hassle-free home improvement. But again, let's say your washing machine's doing the tango, right? Across the floor every time it's in a spin cycle. How do you stop it? I'm not going to teach you how to get on your hands and knees and put some Tang in the dishwasher or the washing machine and then do this and that and reach around and da-da-da-da-da. No, hell no. What I'm going to teach you is the questions to ask the appliance repairman so he doesn't rip you off and that you get it done properly, right? That's what Hire It Done's about. So we have a lot going on. We have a huge weekend. It's Father's Day weekend, in case you want to know. And there's a great deal on Father's Day at Bill and Rod's Appliances. They're one of our Hire It Done partners. Joe Legato, he's the proprietor over there. And they have some great barbecues. So if you haven't bought a barbecue yet or you're thinking of going to get one, don't go to the hardware store. Don't go to your local hardware store. Go to Bill and Rod's. Better price, better deal, better service, right? More knowledgeable about products. Traeger, grills like that, right? So we're going to talk about barbecues later. I have a segment coming up on last minute Father's Day gifts. Of course, barbecues is part of it, but I want to talk about other gifts as well. So remember, if you're a father, this is your weekend to chill, relax, kick it back, right? Of course, you never know. You might want to not just celebrate it. Who knows? I'm celebrating. That's what I like to do. I like to celebrate. Couple things in the news. Home improvement related news is kind of interesting. Here's something that was in the news recently that is worth talking about. One's serious and one's funny. So whether we like it or not, the big box stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, they're part of home improvement. They impact the business on a really, really positive note, but also on a negative note. Somewhat, in a certain way, I think that they legitimize the crack contractor, the guy that works out of, without professionalism. But at the same time, they're convenient. They do have good pricing, and there's a lot more positive that outweigh the negative. But recently in the news, Lowe's suspends receipt checking practice. So when I read this article, I'm like, all right, in Philadelphia, loss prevention has been suspended or on ice after accusations of racial profiling. Like, can I see your receipt, miss? Yeah. Why are you asking me? Well, so who knows, right? But I liken it to like when you go to Costco. You load up on Costco. Like I go to Costco for one thing, and then $500 later, I'm walking out with a full shopping cart full of stuff, and the lady at the door is like, "Oh, can I see your receipt?" I'm like, "Really?" Like I almost want to try and fool them because I'm like, "What are they looking for?" There's like a science behind it. I know some people know what to do, but not me. I have no idea. But anyways, Philadelphia man, the move was spurred by social media postings of a Philadelphia man, Will Mega, a former contestant on Big Brother. Ooh, right? Mega claimed to face racial profiling during a recent weekend of shopping at the West Philadelphia Lowe's store. According to the report, the policy was in effect at stores that were considered high theft. The company says the suspension will be in effect as it reviews its process. Well, there's something that's interesting. I don't know anything about racial profiling because I'm colorblind. So that's how I am. Here's another. This is a funny one. This is a Home Depot story. A monkey attacks the Home Depot employee. Diaper-wearing pet monkey gets loose in a Florida location. Okay? A pet spider monkey entered a Home Depot store in Okeechobee and ran wild. Can you imagine going to Home Depot? I go there for the hot dogs, right? And all of a sudden you go in there and there's a monkey running around in a darn diaper. Well, it's a pet spider monkey, right? But here's the thing: he bit and scratched a Home Depot employee. Ay, right? Meanwhile, here's something else. According to reports, the diaper-wearing monkey was left in a truck outside the store while its owner shopped at Home Depot. Okay. But somehow the monkey escaped the vehicle and began a frantic search inside the location, going so far as to climb the rafters of the store in aisle 5. So, according to the employees, it was not the monkey's first visit to the store. Its owner had been told to keep the animal at home. See that? The guy goes to the store, brings his monkey on a regular basis. There's always more to this story, right? So the bottom line is don't bring a monkey to Home Depot. I think, right, Roberto? I'm going to bring a monkey to Home Depot. What else can you bring to Home Depot? Who knows? Anyways, we got a great show lined up for you today. Recently on the news, Chip and Joanna Gaines were fined for lead paint practices. And we're going to have a guest on talking about it, Ed Wenz from Contractors Training Institute. He's like our resident expert on lead paint. And amongst other things, he's got a lot of other expertise as well, water testing. He's done a lot of work out in Flint, which is good. So, folks, if you want to see us live, you can go on Facebook, watch us live, or keep it locked in here on Hire It Done. If you have a question, you can always text us 97136. The ticket text line is open for us today, and we want to make sure that you're having a good Saturday morning, getting ready for Father's Day. Of course, hireitdone.com, the website, is a great resource for you for all the content, videos. You might want to check out our YouTube page as well. And so we're going to have a lot coming up next for you, and we'll get that going when you guys are ready. I'm Adam Helfman, and you're listening to Hire It Done on 97.1 The Ticket. Welcome back, folks. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. I really am spending $500 at Costco every time I go. I can't help myself. Anyways, that's from Sean Cook. Message me on Facebook. What up, Sean? Good morning to everyone out there. You have a question? Text us 97136. This segment of Hire It Done is brought to you by All Brick Design. Get 20% off your brick paving project with All Brick. They feature Fent brick paving products, which is Michigan made. The boys at All Brick rock it out, so you know that. There's a great video we just produced on hireitdone.com. In fact, we do really, really good videos. So if you're interested in learning a little bit about brick paving or items like that, visit hireitdone.com or our YouTube channel. Also, this hour brought to you by Mosquito One. That's right, folks. Graduation parties all the next 3-4 weeks. You want to enjoy your summer mosquito free? Guess what? You get a $50 coupon, up to $50, on Mosquito One, which is mosquito removal. And let me tell you something. This stuff works, okay? If you really seriously want to get rid of mosquitoes, call Mosquito One. Just go to hireitdone.com for details. We've got coupons. I'm all about saving you money. And, yeah, we're rocking it here, folks, today. Totally. So, you know, you've heard about it in the past. You heard about, is it bad for you? Is it serious? Is this a problem? You hired a contractor. Is he following the right practices? Well, the state of Michigan has lead-safe practice rules, laws. It's followed by OSHA. It's followed by EPA. Who knows where you have to be and follow it all. So what I want to let you know is we're going to demystify all that right now, okay? So joining me in the studio right now is Ed Wenz. And Ed Wenz is the owner of the Contractors Training Institute. And he is the go-to guy in the state of Michigan. Everything lead and more. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning.
How are you, my man?
I'm doing very well, Adam.
Welcome back to the show.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
I'm really smiling today because Ed, or we'll call him Fast Eddie, gave me a poker chip that says, it's got the Donald Trump on it. President of the United States, Air Force One golf outing.
There you go.
I think we need to sponsor a hole.
I sponsor their outing every year. It's great.
We're going to call it the Rabbit Hole.
Okay.
We're going to sponsor it the Rabbit Hole. We're going to go down the rabbit hole, as Q would say. So, Ed, let's tell everyone in the Hire It Done audience, what is Contractors Training? What do you do?
We're a training company. We've been doing it for 9 years. We teach building trades courses. We teach lead, both the EPA, renovation, repair, and painting certification, lead abatement, asbestos, IICRC courses and such.
Well, that's cool. So, you do IICRC?
Yeah, we have a trainer for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
So, let's talk about lead. Okay, homeowners want to paint their houses. So, the 5 top home improvements that people request on Hire It Done, painting, exterior, interior, is always in the top 5. So,
Sure.
First of all, residential painters in the state of Michigan must be licensed by the state.
Correct.
You know that most people don't know that?
You have to be a licensed builder, anything over $600.
Right. But if you just want to do painting and only painting, you have to be licensed under what? Maintenance and alteration.
You could get a maintenance and alterations license for just painting work.
Right. And that's not easy to get, but it's not hard to get. And a lot of these painters say, well, I'm a commercial painter. I don't need to be licensed.
Commercial, you wouldn't have to be, but residential, they want you to be that professional because you're taking money from a homeowner, which is their largest investment they have.
Thank you. To do their house.
Correct.
So, you know what's funny? We interviewed 10 painters, right? 9 out of 10 aren't licensed. I cannot put a painter on Hire It Done unless he's licensed. Thus, the reason why we have a small amount of painters, our painters are rock stars, okay? But the point is you can't find painters that aren't licensed. And I say to the painter, well, get your builder's license. That way, at least it's covered. Oh, you don't need it. I mean, I'm just like, all right, dude, see ya.
There's too many guys that don't realize what they need to have to be that professional.
Right. So, talking about paint, in the 70s and around then, there was lead added to the paints.
It started way before that. We've been using lead paint for years. It was banned residentially in 1978, but you can still buy it commercially. It still can be applied commercially, just not residentially. Schools, they banned it in use in there in 1984, but it was good paint. And
that's
people
because
like
lead
to use
allowed it to spread better and to have a better coating.
It lasted longer. It was a durable paint.
Okay, so I have this vision of kids 6-year-old, 5-year-old standing at the windowsill with his little head popped at the windowsill at the base of the window and his teeth on the trim and chewing on it.
That happens. That happens.
Right. I did it. Look
But
at me now.
Yeah, there you go. Now we know what the problem is. But it's really not. Kids do eat paint chips. Kids do nibble on the windowsill because lead is a sweet acetate, so it actually has a little sweet taste to it. That's what it draws the children to it. But it's the lead dust that you cannot see that really is the culprit.
So when they sand it or when you're doing demolition,
Correct.
the dust and the particles aerosolizes.
It goes
It gets
up
in the air and people breathe it, and then what happens?
Well, it usually the biggest thing is lead's heavy. It settles as a dust, and you can't see it. So it's on your windowsills. It's in the trough. It falls to the floor, gets in the carpet. And younger kids are in that exposure. They're down there playing in the carpet, or they stand at the windowsill, like you said. They put it on their hands, and then they have a lot of hand-to-mouth activity, so they just end up ingesting it.
Right.
And that's how they get it in.
So it's not healthy.
Correct. Oh, it's terrible for you. There is no purposeful use for lead in your body whatsoever. It only damages you. And I've seen there's lots of kids that have been poisoned. We do a lot of lead abatement work for the state, and many of the cases they are EBLs, which means elevated blood leads, and these children are poisoned because of it. And we start it gives you brain damage, and it gives you a harder time in life the rest of your life.
Okay. Well, that's terrible. So today, homeowner says, I got a house built in the 60s, 70s. It's now 2018. I want to repaint it. It's been painted 18 times.
Sure.
Do I have a risk for lead paint?
You do, because when properly done, a painter's going to go in there, is going to prep it right. He's going to put some sandpaper to it, and you will penetrate the layers of the paint and exposure. Or they're going to be scraping areas that have been deteriorated, and it's going to cause problems.
So you basically validated what I always say. The best paint job is the one that's prepped properly.
Oh, without a doubt.
And prepping means sanding,
Scraping,
getting all. You can't caulk over caulk, so you got to get the old caulk. And by the way, in caulk, there's some lead and there's asbestos and old caulk. And
still today.
Oy. Okay. So do someone have to be worried if a homeowner, listen, I want an easy paint job. I just did a new kitchen. I got to paint it now. I want to paint the foyer. I want to paint the ceilings. How much worry do I have to worry about lead paint?
They have no worry if they hire the right contractor, and that's what Hire It Done is. But it's so simple to do lead safe work practice. One, you could test and find out if it's there. There's a lead check swabs you can buy at the store. The contractors that are EPA certified can use those to test. I'm an okay fan of them. They do work. But we have an XRF gun where we can actually test the wall, and in 2 seconds it tells me how much lead is there, and I don't have to disturb anything.
Okay, so then an XRF, it's a handheld tool.
Handheld little X-ray gun, basically.
Ooh, Superman.
Oh, yeah.
I always said Superman would be the best contractor because he has X-ray vision. He can tell you if there's mold behind the walls in your bathroom.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to see through the lead paint.
Because he can't see through lead. Holy moly. That's why Batman always wins.
Yeah, but then he could say, okay, I know it's lead there, so stop what you're doing. Do it right.
So if a homeowner says, all right, I need to check for lead, I'm a little concerned. Can they call you?
Sure.
And then you'll come out to do a test?
Sure. We do testing for lead. We do testing for asbestos and other mold, et cetera.
Okay. So if you hire a contractor, you're going to hire a contractor, and there's paint involved or demolition involved, he's got to give you certain paperwork that you know so you acknowledge what's going on. Is that correct?
Certainly, yes.
And that's called the EPA something?
Well, the first thing you want to ask him is he an EPA certified firm? Does he have EPA trained guys that are certified renovators that know how to do lead safe?
And is that something that every licensed builder must go through, or no?
Anybody that's going to work on pre-78 properties, they must be certified.
Okay, and is there a certificate
Yep.
that they
They'll get a certificate from the EPA as a company, and then trainers like myself will give them a certificate with their picture on it. It'll say that they're trained. It'll say right on it, EPA certified renovator.
Okay, and to get that, you can't just get that and not be licensed, or can you get that without being licensed?
You can get that without being licensed because we're training the people to do the work.
Okay, so it's individuals. So XYZ Contractors, who's licensed by the state of Michigan to be a builder,
Right?
does kitchens, baths, basements, room additions, full service remodeler.
Yep.
In order to stay licensed, he has to be trained. Or no? Is it tied in to being licensed or not?
It is nowadays because the state of Michigan now requires continuing education for our contractors. So this is another item which they can take, a course they can take to help fulfill that requirement of continuing education.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Right.
Okay, so here we are, 2018. The lead safe rules in 2003 and 4. In 2000, I was sending homeowners when I was a contractor in certified mail, a little thing, the EPA booklet.
Correct.
So that they'd have to sign for that they received it.
Yep. Back then it was the little blue booklet. Now it's changed up. It's the Renovate Right booklet. Anytime a job is done pre-78, they have to give out that book and get a signature. That's the number one paperwork.
Pre-78 meaning the house built pre-78.
Yep.
Okay.
Before 1978.
Okay. Well, that's important.
Yep.
So how prevalent is it today? Are you seeing contractors comply more than likely? Or is
Not
it
really.
They don't.
Not really. The state of Michigan does auditing of contractors, and the one compliance thing they have is that Renovate Right booklet for the state of Michigan Department of Health. And last time I talked to them, they said 100% of the guys they audit fail the audit.
What's the website that people can go to if they need your help?
CTIclasses.com or CTI-services.net.
Okay, so, and that's consulting, testing, and inspection.
Correct.
So www.cticlasses.com. You can always go to Hire Done, folks, and I'll send you to Ed.
Yep.
And so what does it cost for someone to come out to their house and get a lead test, just in case they're worried?
If you want just a lead inspection and we're going to test the painted surfaces, you're talking somewhere between $200 and $500.
Okay, and you go all over the house?
Sure.
Oh, okay, so that's not bad.
We can do
It's
just
worth
the
the
kitchen,
cost.
or you can do the whole house.
Can they have the contractor do that, and the contractor can call you?
Yeah, sure. And the contractor, if they're a certified firm with the EPA, they could use those lead check swabs. They do work. I'm not 99% on them, but
Right.
they're useful. They're a useful tool to help you understand.
I like that. Well, I'd like to spend more time on it. We got a busy show today, but anyways. So Contractors Training Institute, Consulting, Testing, and Inspections, www.cticlasses.com. Ed Wenz, you rock, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
I appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
We need to get you here more, I think.
I would love to come in and talk shop with you.
Yeah. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network on 97.1 The Ticket. Welcome back, folks. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. 97.1 The Ticket. This is the sport of home improvements. Father's Day weekend. But first, let me tell you, this hour brought to you by Bill and Rod's Appliances and Mattresses. They're having a huge sale on all barbecues this weekend. Let them know you heard it on Hire It Done. Like, legit, a really good deal. Don't go to a local hardware store and buy anything, okay? Go to Bill and Rod's. They're local. They're in Livonia. They rock, okay? Joe Legato, he knows what's going on. He's very, very knowledgeable. If you want a barbecue done right, though, I mean, if you want to just save money and buy some cheap act one, then do that. But you don't have to worry otherwise. Also, this hour of Hire Done program is brought to you in part by Bulliard Lumber. We did a great video on Timber Tech and AZEC products, the decks. If you're looking for an alternative to Trex, because a lot of guys are just saying, oh, yeah, Trex, and it's a really good product, Trex. It's as good as the guy installing it, right? Which is good. But AZEC and Timber Tech, which AZEC owns Timber Tech, it's a premium deck product, right? So Bulliard and I teamed up, and there's a great video we did, and you get free fasteners, and those are the ones that are hidden, and they're not cheap, folks. So check out the video we did as well on that, because it works really good. Anyways, so what's going on this weekend? You got to get a Father's Day gift. You got a last-minute gift you need to do. Let's go over some of that right now. Of course, Father's Day, if you aren't ready, don't fret, folks, okay? We put a list together so your dad won't know what a procrastinator you are, right? It's pretty easy, right? But here's the thing. Like me, I'm going to go buy my own Father's Day gift. I know my son's probably going to get me a card or something like that. Hint, hint. But I'm going to go treat myself. I'm going to go get a new barbecue, although I love barbecuing. So anyways, here's a couple Father's Day last-minute ideas. Subscription boxes, right? Whatever your dad's into, chances are there's a box for that, right? From whiskey, spirits, food. There's even Bacon of the Month Club. That's kind of cool. I get T-shirts of the month, which is cool. I'm wearing my Pac-Man tie-dye shirt today, if you can all see. I think that is the way to go. Of course. In fact, go to Facebook Live if you want to see us in the studio. But listen, there's some really good. Every month you get a new box of something. So check it out. There's all kinds of stuff like that. There's the Jerky Gram. That's right. I said Jerky Gram. The bacon Jerky Gram. Enough said, right? You got to go to a website called mancrates.com. You can just set that up, purchase it for your dad, get him an email, certificate says it's on its way. Here's another one you can do for Father's Day. It's kind of a cool outside the box type of thinking. Do an escape room. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah, I want to do that. We should do a hire it done outing, an escape room. See what kind of contractors can get out of the room. We'll get like MacGyver on everyone. We'll pull a MacGyver. That'll be funny. Or go mini golfing. Go putt-putt. I'm really good at putt-putt. In fact, I'm like a +1. I don't even know what that means. I better bring Jeff Lesson on my team. Here's another one you can do, Segway tours. Those are kind of fun. I crashed on a Segway first time I tried one. But they're pretty easy once you get up and you get a little adventures. But if you're not a Segway person, how about a scavenger hunt? Now, that's something I'd like to do. A road trip scavenger hunt. Scavengerhunt.com offers adventures in more than 200 cities. That's kind of cool. Here's one that I like. I'm one of those guys. I'm not a big TV watcher. I like to listen to podcasts and when I'm on the treadmill or just listen to a lot of stuff. Audible.com is the king of that. Get your dad a membership. And then last but not least, car wash. There's nothing better than Jack's Car Wash. Get your dad the car wash plan. As you know, I'm a car wash fanatic. I love going to Jack's Car Wash. So, or any local car wash for that matter. But for me, Jack's is local. It's right around the corner. It's Michigan-owned guys. So that's why I like it there. Anyways, if you always ever have a question or you want to, if you ever want to, yeah, John Feed. That explains my shirt, John. If you ever want to know anything about home improvement, if you have a contractor and you're about to hire him and you're not sure, but you like him, you can always email me, adam@hireitdone.com. You can email me the proposal. I can review it for you. I can tell you, and here's what it is. I can tell you what they included and what they shouldn't include, right? Because one of the things we tell everyone at Hire It Done is get everything in writing. Well, it sounds so prophetic, like, oh, yeah, well, we all know that. Well, not everyone knows that. But here's the key. Tell the contractor, say, Mr. Contractor, you do this every day. I expect you to tell me and explain it to me so that I understand what I'm getting. A good contractor is going to write the proposal like a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end. So that's important. Secondly, when he gives you the story, you then say to the contractor, okay, I like it, I review it. And by the way, it'll teach you something as a homeowner. But once you get that all in writing, then your next step is to ask the contractor, okay, can you also put down in writing everything not included? Because you'd be surprised at what that means. I'll give you an example, folks. Bathroom remodel job. Contractor says demolition bathroom, put in tile, plumbing, electrical, all the stuff. But he says cleanup. Contractor to clean up project when done. At the end of the project, the contractor puts all the cleanup stuff in a pile at the end of the driveway. Homeowner's like, what are you doing? My garbage company's not going to take all that crap out of here. He's like, oh, well, if you want a dumpster, it's $400. So the key is, if you tell him to put in what's not included, he should have put in haul away or a dumpster fee. Homeowners don't know better. You're a homeowner. You're not supposed to know. The expert is supposed to know. That's why Hire It Done exists, to help you, the homeowner, strive for a hassle-free home improvement. So for me, I would say, Mrs. Homeowner, make sure that the contractor says clean up and haul away all debris. That way, he can either put it in a dumpster or he hauls it away. The last thing you need is the guy to put all the debris at the end of your driveway. You're not Sanford and Son. You know what I'm saying? Elizabeth, right? We don't want that. Anyways, that's why Hire It Done helps you. And a lot of homeowners take me up on it. I get emails, all the time. And the emails are like, hey, Adam, like John says, it's easier to let the pros do it. That's the whole point. From the neck down, I'm worth minimum wage. If you see me doing work on a job site, folks, you better call 911. From the chin up, That's how I earn my living. 10 figures. That's a lot. I only, thoughts are things, right? You got to ask the universe for it, so why not? Why not me? Okay, so let's do. There's a lot of home improvement myths out there that I want to bust today. Father's Day bust. We're gonna bust some myths here. And by the way, folks, I'm your resource. Remember, Hire It Done needs to be your resource. I coined the term every homeowner's best friend. I got a lot of friends, but if you want me to be your best friend and you're thinking of remodeling, just call, email, go to Hire It Done on Facebook. We just have a big rash of people there recently. Anyways, the reason why is because the show's on fire, folks. We are the #1 home improvement show, just so you all know. Okay, so let me bust some home improvement myths for you. Always go big on renovations and improvement. People are like, is that a myth? Well, here's the deal. Instead of thinking big, think realistic, okay? You may want a giant addition out the back, but will the cost of that addition or the remodel pay off in the long run? Here's the deal. If you're in a neighborhood with every house is 2,500 feet and you end up putting a 1,500 square foot addition off the back, 2-story, I mean, you're going to call Brian Lee for that? Think about it. 2,500 and 1,500. That's 4,000 foot house. Now all of a sudden you got the biggest house on the block and you put it up for sale. Every house is 400,000 and yours is 650. You going to sell it? That's the problem, folks. Now, if you think to yourself, hey, I'm never leaving. I'm staying here forever. Guess what? Then you don't care because there's also value for your enjoyment. That's the key. You got a question for me this morning, text me 97136 or find us on Facebook. Facebook Live. We're live right now on Facebook as well. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to give you some more home improvement myths that we're going to bust. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back, folks. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. I want to thank Mark Moe for listening to the show. Helps the ratings. You rock, Mark Moe. This hour in this part of Hire It Done is brought to you by Liquid Rubber Siding. That's right. It's 10% off. Get 10% off your next project, Liquid Rubber Siding. Now, painting, siding, which one do you want to do on the outside? Well, Liquid Rubber Siding falls in the middle. You've heard of like Rhino Shield? Well, our product's better. Okay? My opinion, I'm allowed my opinion. Liquid Rubber Siding, same thing, but our guy's better. And he's less money. And are also brought to you by Billboard PPG Paints. That's right. Take advantage of our friends and family discount we negotiated for you on PPG Paints. There's over 16 stores locally. We got a 25% off paints and sundries. So Hire It Done is full of saving money for you guys. If you need to do home improvement, folks, I beg you, go visit hireitdone.com just for the coupons, okay? Forget about getting the best roof for your house. Forget about getting the best windows. Forget about getting the best contractors, okay? We're a full-service conglomerate that wants to help you find good contractors and have hassle-free home improvement. We want to keep it simple, right? So it's interesting, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we're all on the same page. You got a question this morning, you can text me 97136. In fact, Adam, I'm looking to do new windows for my house in West Bloomfield. Some of the windows I'd like to have are resized, and I'd also like to add 1 to 2 extra windows. Can you talk a little bit about how the process works for how to make these types of modifications? And is the cost extremely high to add windows or resize windows? And what company would you recommend for West Bloomfield? Okay, well, this is a multi-part question, but let's have at it. So first of all, the best window for your house is the one that's installed properly, right? Marvin, Pella, Anderson, they're all great windows. Therma-Tru, great, or Therm Shield, great windows. You can even go to Hanson's and Wallside, right? The key, though, is getting a window that's best for your house in your area, right? In West Bloomfield, it's a nice upscale area. Do you need wood windows? Depends on how your house is built. But she wants to have them resized. So if you have a 5-foot opening and you only want to go 4 foot of windows, you can always downsize a lot easier than upsizing. If you make a wider window, then you got to rip the wall out. There's a lot of extra work, but it can be done, right? What I would do is I'd go to hireitdone.com and talk to our guys. One of our window guys is J&E Installation, Ed Esker, and his baby brother, Jeff Esker. Anyways, they are probably the most economical and most honest guys in the window business. One of the things I like about them is they're low pressure. They're not high pressure sales. So now we have others in higher done. And one of the requirements of higher done is you're not high pressure sales. You're not allowed to go and try and close homeowners like crazy hard sells, right? None of this. Let me talk to my manager. If you start at 30 grand in the first hour and then 3 hours later you're down to 11.9 because you're going to refer them to 10 new people. That guy, throw out of your house. Okay, you won't get that guy at higher done. But my point is, working with a window company is good if you get one that understands the window business. There's other like Marvin Windows. They're good. The Marvin Design Gallery out in Bloomfield. They're good guys. So you can go there. They're a little expensive, but it works. It's not the end of the world there, that I can tell you. But again, just go to highertown.com. Windows are one of those things that in Metro Detroit, because of all the advertising. I mean, you see Wallside every minute on the radio, on TV. You see Hanson's, right? You see Magic Windows. For the most part, I have nothing negative to say about those companies, but nothing positive either. So let's go back to some home improvement myths that we bust. Okay? Cracks can cost you thousands of dollars in repairs. Cracks in your basement wall aren't always that big of an issue. Not always. Most are just a result of a small seasonal expansion, some contractions. It doesn't mean there's structural failure. Okay? And that's the key. When a guy comes to remodel your basement or to waterproof it, if you think that, oh my God, the house is going to collapse, you got to be careful. That's why our guys at Higher Done, they're not going to scare you into buying basement waterproofing. Here's my favorite myth to bust, and this is for the know-it-all listeners and some of the people who always argue with me. Because, listen, I don't do anything myself. I hire everything done, right? Now, remember, folks, I'm not anti-do-it-yourself. I'm just pro-do-it-for-me. It's my culture. I can't help myself. Here's a myth. Do-it-yourself always saves money. Just because you're handy doesn't mean you should always do it yourself. I would love to have an argument of a guy who does it himself all the time. Okay? Because while he's redoing his own deck, I'm out relaxing with my kid, right? I'm drinking iced teas. I'm playing video games, Fortnite, kicking my kid's butt at it. He's out there slaving and sweating and schwitzing, trying to get his deck back to reality. Anyways, things that major projects like roofing, electrical repairs, upgrades, structural work, those need experts, professionals. It's always best to know your limits, and that's the key. Well, I saw it on YouTube. I could do it. Well, have at it if you can do it. It's funny because Hire It Done gets requests from homeowners that it's like do-it-yourself gone wrong. I'll give you an example. We'll start with a small project. Homeowner recently emailed me or went to hiredone.com and requested a handyman. And it was the funniest handyman request. Hey, Adam, I don't care what it costs. My husband, soon to be ex, because I'm going to throw him out of the house, went with me to IKEA, and we bought the beautiful wall unit. And it looked great when it was on the display. When we went to buy it, it was in like a 4-inch tall box, like 11 feet long. It came in 1,000 parts. Well, that was 6 months ago. And the parts are on the floor in pieces. The directions are strewn everywhere. And I stubbed my toe on it this morning. And I decided that that's it. It's my husband or the wall unit. Can you please send someone over here and have them build this? That's do-it-yourself gone wrong, right? Well, we get homeowners who say, oh, I started my own bathroom. I got all the material, but I decided it's too big of a job for me. Can you have a guy just put everything together? Do you know how my contractors go nuts? Adam, why is the homeowner trying to do their own bathroom? They went to Home Depot 9 times before they got done with demo. They bought a jackhammer. They bought a sledgehammer. They bought a Sawzall. Then they went back and got a chop saw. And then they bought a tile cutter. And they're thinking, oh, I'm going to use it for all these new home improvement projects. $3,000, $4,000 later, They buy all this stuff, and then they're like, the next day they woke up, my back hurts, my knees hurt. They needed knee pads. I'm like, leave it to the pros, okay? Trust me when I tell you, folks. Hire a professional. Now, when I say a professional, not a guy that says he does work, a guy that actually tried, trued, tested, vetted. There's a difference. And I love arguing with the experts out there because they all think, oh, they know better, right? We're purchasing a home in a new build subdivision, and we'll be adding a back deck later, not by the builder. Can you talk about how that works? Yeah, that's a great question. So you're in a new sub, and you're going to have your own builder to put the deck on. Well, I would make sure that you get the permit separately from your new builder and get permission from the builder of the house that you can get the deck on, because you might be adding into your mortgage or not. But get it built before closing if they'll allow that. If not, schedule it tightly to get done afterwards, okay? But your deck contractor should coordinate with the builder to make sure there's no underground gas lines, underground sewer, underground plumbing, whatever it is that he doesn't ruin, because the first thing that happens is if there's something going on with the deck after the new house is built, the builder is going to say, oh, your deck guy screwed it up. I'm not paying for it, right? And because of the excavation, the footings for the deck post you better go a little farther than 42 inches, especially the up close to the house because of the overdig. So you got to be careful. It's important that you do that. And if you're gonna do a deck, folks, let me just say this: go composite. Go to Bolliard. They got a great deal. Go to hireitdone.com. We have a really cool video on picking deck products. You'll learn something. That's the way it rolls. So, anyways. Finding good contractors is not easy today. Everybody's busy. What are you going to do? Are you going to wait or you're not going to wait? Well, go to hireitdone.com and we're going to help you figure it out, folks. Another great show, another great week. Happy Father's Day to everyone. I'll be back next week, folks. Remember, don't do it yourself. Hire It Done. I'm Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done.